you finished all of your reading of those 3 texts, and you've done a lot of thinking work with those 3 texts. And now it's time to kind of decide, what are you going to be writing about? Because the next step on when writing a TDA is to make a strong claim. And we make a strong claim by using our lenses and type of understanding. But we can't just write a claim. We have to really process everything and decide, well, what are we going to use? What are we not going to use? And kind of put it all together first. So today I'm going to show you how I took feathers and the work that I did with feathers to, I'm going to show you all of the ways that I go about, putting that thinking all together on paper and what am I going to use, and then that's going to help me decide what is my claim going to be. What is it that I have to prove, okay? So, when I was looking at feathers, I was looking at through 2 different lenses, just like you guys were choosing lenses. And I chose what the character said and what the character did, the actions. So I'm going to start with the words. So this is my first lens. What the character says. Okay, this is my first lens. When I look through at all the places that I underlined and made notes for what this character, this sharp-tongued woman, what she said, I noticed that there's this pattern of her being dismissive. Okay, she's pretty dismissive in the way that she's talking. So here are some examples, because I need evidence from the text. So evidence, and I want to pull it right from the text. I even like to sometimes put like what paragraph number it is too. So in paragraph 1, she says, I was only joking, my words were spread by others, and so I am not to blame. Right? She's just like, not my fault. She just kind of dismisses the whole thing, right? So, quote, I was only joking. My words were spread by others. And so, I am not to blame. Do you see how I took that right from the text? Because we were talking about evidence in some of the small groups yesterday. And you want to pull not just what your retelling of that part, you want to pull what was actually said. What were the words that showed that she was dismissive? Another time that I see that she was being dismissive, because we want more than one piece of evidence. If it's a pattern, there should be more than one piece of evidence, right? So I notice in paragraph 3, she says, I'll take what I said back, and that will take away my guilt. So again, she's like, I didn't do anything wrong, but sure, I'll take it back. Again, it's kind of dismissive, right? So I'm going to quote that. I'll take back what I said, and that will take away my guilt. It's okay, no big deals. Okay, so those are the words that I noticed that showed the pattern of her being dismissive, and that is the evidence, okay? That's the evidence that proves that she was being dismissive with her words. Okay. I'm going to take a break from the word side right now. I'm going to start looking at the other side. I'm going to look at the other lens that I used. And I used...
Speech.
That's a speech. I used actions.
Oh.
What the character did. Okay. So what the character did. Okay, one of the patterns that I'm seeing in the places where I made notes about the character's actions was that she was actually being respectful. So I look at the things that she did, her actions that she did with when the rabbi told her what to do, And I noticed that she's being respectful, but she's not respectful to everybody. She's respectful, it seems like, to her elders. People that are older than her that seem to kind of be in charge or in some type of a power. Right? Okay, so now I need the evidence. I need the evidence of what actions are showing that she's being respectful to the elders, to the people who are in power. So we have, okay, here, paragraph 6. She did as he asked. She cut, I'm going to do dot, 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 because I'm separating this. Cut the pillow. You know what? I want to save some room. Cut the pillow. Dot, dot, dot. What else did she do? She tried to catch them. What was she trying to catch?
Feathers.
Okay, so all these actions are showing that, okay, she didn't think she was wrong, but the rabbi who's older, who's wiser, told her to do something, and even though she doesn't think she's wrong, she goes ahead and does all the things that he told her to do. So she went to the market square, she cut the pillow, she let the feathers fly, she tried to catch the feathers, okay? So all of these actions are showing that she's respectful because she did it even though she didn't think that she did anything wrong, right? Okay, so now I want to show my thinking. So now I need to, like, what does this show me about the character? What does this show me about this sharp-tongued woman? So when I look at her words and how dismissive she is, it's like, it's almost like she, you know, she's the kind of person who is, she is disrespectful. When she hurts someone else. She's disrespectful when she hurts someone else, but she respects people who are that older and wiser. And so by doing these actions, because she respected him, she did these actions and she learned something. So by respecting the rabbi, she learned a lesson from her actions. Okay, now I kind of want to marry these two. I want to look at, she's very dismissive with what she says, like, I didn't do anything, but that seems to be with her peers, right? With the people who, like, with students, like, when you have respect for your elders, you might respect your teacher, but maybe you don't always respect the classmates that are next to you, right? Okay, so it seems like she doesn't respect, like, the people who are on the same level as her, but she does respect that authority, that person in power. And so I want to look at her being dismissive, but then also learning that lesson through her actions and kind of marry that to come up with, so what can we learn from this story? I didn't use green yet. What can we learn? What's that called when we learn something?
Understanding.
It's the type of understanding, right? And in this case, we have some theme here, right? So maybe, let's see, maybe we can't take back, let's see, maybe words cannot be taken back. But I know. How about this? Maybe she's learning that by respecting like that authority, that person in power, she learns the importance of respecting others, because words cannot be taken back. Maybe something like that. But you know what I realized I did? I put she in there. Am I supposed to have a character in my theme statement?
No.
By respecting authority, we learn the importance of respecting others because words cannot be taken back. Now, I'm not in love with the way that I phrased that theme. So I'm going to revisit it, but at least I have my idea to get started on there. And I can look at this and I can come up with a claim. This is what do I have to prove, right? So I have to prove which two lenses and which understanding. So my claim, what I need to prove, is going to be something like readers learn through the speech and actions of the sharp-tongued, because that's what she was called, remember that? Sharp-tongued woman, a valuable lesson. Or we could just say a theme. Something like that. So this is kind of my, okay, this is what I think I have to prove. I might not have it worded perfectly yet, but I have all of my thinking and I see where I want to go. And the more work that I do on my paper ahead of time, the less thinking I have to do when it comes time for the writing, which can be tricky if you don't have that thinking work done first. So turn and talk to your partner. Where are you today in this whole process? Are you still reading and annotating? Are you ready to start making this plan? Have you started making a plan and you're realizing, wait, I might have to go back and do things a little bit differently because I may have missed something that's pretty important? Okay, so turn and talk to your partner. Where are you? What's your plan for today?
Have